This poem is called On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. You know, I debated whether I should read this to you. It's so wild and it's so kind of outrageous. Will you be the judge of that? But it's so unusual that I thought, am I going to offend people? Is this the wrong thing to do for my brand? And this is a question that you always want to ask yourself too. Is this within your brand? Is this representative of you in the small picture and the big picture? And I thought, I love Ocean Vuong, and his language is extraordinary. And I think it's a really wonderful lesson to us in how to use language in brand new, wild ways, and also how to set those boundaries for ourselves and make those decisions, and then be ready to accept the consequences. Sometimes people are going to say, you know, Susan, you probably shouldn't have read that. And I have to decide that for myself. And I can't listen to the ocean of waves of other people's opinions either, unless it's something that I solicit other people's opinions if I really don't know the answer. And sometimes it can be a question of, are you not trusting yourself, but do you really need other opinions? And that's always for you to decide. It's always for you to decide what boundaries you're going to set, where you're going to take yourself and your brand and your business in this public space. Here's the poem. On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. Tell me it was for the hunger and nothing less. The hunger is to give the body what it knows it cannot keep. That this amber light whittled down by another war is all that pins my hand to your chest. You, drowning between my arms, stay. You, pushing your body into the river, only to be left with yourself, stay. I'll tell you how we're wrong enough to be forgiven, how one night after backhanding mother, then taking a chainsaw to the kitchen table, my father went to kneel in the bathroom until we heard his muffled cries through the walls. And so I learned that a man in climax was the closest thing to surrender. Say surrender, say alabaster, switchblade, honeysuckle, goldenrod, say autumn despite the green in your eyes, beauty despite daylight, say you'd kill for it. Unbreakable dawn mounting in your throat, my thrashing beneath you like a sparrow stunned with falling. Dusk, a blade of honey between our shadows, draining. I wanted to disappear, so I opened the door to a stranger's car. He was divorced. He was still alive. He was sobbing into his hands that tasted like rust. The pink breast cancer ribbon on his keychain swayed in the ignition. Don't we touch each other just to prove that we are still here? I was still here once. The moon, distant and flickering, trapped itself in beads of sweat on my neck. I let the fog spill through the cracked window and cover my fangs. And I left. The Buick kept sitting there, a dumb bull in a pasture, its eyes searing my shadow onto the side of suburban houses. At home, I threw myself on the bed like a torch and watched the flames gnaw through my mother's house until the sky appeared bloodshot and massive. How I wanted to be that sky, to hold every flying and falling at once. Say amen, say amen, say yes, anyway. In the shower, sweating under cold water, I scrubbed and scrubbed. In the life before this one, could you tell two people were in love? Because when they drove the pickup over the bridge, their wings would grow back just in time. Some days I am still inside the pickup. Some days I keep waiting. It's not too late. Our heads haloed with gnats and summer too early to leave any marks. Your hand under my shirt as static intensifies on the radio. Your other hand pointing your daddy's revolver to the sky, stars falling one by one in the crosshairs. This means I won't be afraid if we're already here, already more than skin can hold, that a body beside a body must make a field full of ticking, that your name is only the sound of clocks being set back another hour, and morning finds our clothes on your mother's front porch, shed like week-old lilies. So extraordinary. So, I don't know if he would like me to use the word gritty, but It's really under the surface kind of language. And I just want you to expand your mind as to the kind of language that you can use that can express so many different layers of things, that things are not, when you speak, it's not just one dimensional, that there are levels and resonances and depth to what you want to communicate. And to really be thinking about that when you craft your messages and your stories and all of those things that you really want to connect with your audience. I hope you enjoyed that poem as much as I did.